Good morning, good evening, good day, good afternoon to everybody out there in the world. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are living in the verse, and I am your host, Johnny Memphis. Yes, this is my alter ego, Johnny Memphis. So, in today's episode of this channel service announcement, we are going to talk a little bit about what's coming down the pike. Excuse me. So, first, let me thank you all the subscribers, for subscribing and helping the channel grow. Thank you guys. You rock. You are awesome. I am grateful. Things are good. Let's keep it going. To everybody else out there that has not subscribed, if you like the content, like, share, subscribe, comment your comments in the comments with your comments. So, we are growing pretty good. I would say it is a steady growth, and I have every single one of you to thank for that. So thank you again. We have reached over 100 subscribers as of this recording, and I couldn't have done it without you. So you are awesome. Now, for the motivation of this this upload, I want to talk to you really quick about what might be coming down the pike. So, excuse me. As of this recording, jalapenos are spicy. So, as of this recording, we are in the middle of our playthrough of two games, Bellwright and Days Gone. We are looking forward to finishing both in their, not entirety, but we are definitely going to hit the the last cutscene. So, what's next? Well, that's why we're here. We're going to talk about what's next. One of the things I'd like to talk about is Star Citizen. The other one is maybe some future games. I got a couple ideas we'll share a little bit later on. But for right now, it is all about the verse. And originally, if we can go back in the Wayback-O-Meter, originally I had made the channel to stream and upload Star Citizen content. And it kind of did not go that way. It went another way while I was waiting for Star Citizen while I was waiting for Star Citizen to get its head on straight and its collective pixels out of its bum. Well, went on to other things. And you know what holds my interest is the stuff that we've been doing. Survival games, town builders, things of that nature, the occasional RTS. Excuse me. But we would like to go on to some other things. But we also want to continue bringing you that particular genre and continuing down the road with some new titles. With the Star Citizen, it is, if you follow Star Citizen at all, if you know about it, they're getting ready to drop a 4.0 patch, which is a pretty meaningful patch. It's the tech that they're wanting to drop would be pretty significant as far as gameplay is concerned. The game in itself is going to get an upgrade to server meshing. I do not pretend to have nearly the minimum amount of knowledge in that particular tech to even begin to describe it to you. But if you are interested in what that might be, excuse me, go to Space Tomato or Salty Mike and check out some of their YouTube videos on that subject. They do some really good content. They are very informative. They have been following the game for quite a bit of time, longer than me, and they're just good YouTubers. So, you know, check them out and give them a look, you know, share a view, a like, and all that kind of good junk. And get yourself a little bit more educated in that, as I will also, for future discussions. So, what am I gonna do with Star Citizen? Well, I would like to start streaming it, and I'd like to know your thoughts on that. Drop them in the comments on this upload, and let me know your thoughts. Um, you know, just comments, whatever comes across the keyboard, as it were. Um, I'd also like to do some uploads of like tutorial type stuff. I am pretty familiar with Star Citizen. I've been playing it for quite a while, but I did take some time off and wander through a few patches and just watched it. But as of right now, they are in patch 3.24.2 or 3. Can't really remember. I think they're going to do the next point patch, was what they call them, point patches, here pretty soon in the next maybe week or so. I don't know if that's gonna go well or not. Usually when they upload a patch, it's ridiculously broke until they smooth it out with hot fixes and whatnot. But they do have another um they have another event coming up on the 22nd of November to, I think it's like the, is it the 3rd of December, called the IAE, which is the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. And there are free flies, and you can make a character, uh, you know, do the whole make your account thing. That in itself doesn't cost anything. The free fly will allow you to play the game for free and pilot any of the ships and ground vehicles that are showcased in the IAE event, which I'm thinking will probably be all of them. So take a look. It's in a book. It's a reading rainbow. And I will have to say, you might have to fiddle with your settings and stuff if you got, you know, a mid-range or lower tier computer. Um, all I can say is there are YouTube videos out there that will help you kind of fine tune your rig to run Star Citizen at a decent or at least playable frame rate. Because let me tell you, I run a GeForce GTX 1660 with a Ryzen 7 and like 100 megs of RAM, and still it's bad sometimes, especially in the landing zones if you're at all familiar with it. But once you get out in the verse and start going to the other planets and moons, and it clears up pretty good. I'm topping out at like 33 frames in some places, and some places it's more, some places it's less. It just, you know, it depends. And then of course server tick rate and blah 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 blah, yakety schmackety, all that kind of junk. If you know, you know. If not, there's definitely a YouTube channel that can explain it better than I ever could. So with that being said, I am looking to, as of this recording, next week, um, going to upgrade my graphics card to something a little bit more beefier, that might be able to handle the frames. And then probably next month I'll upgrade my CPU to the next tier up to the Ryzen 9, because the price is right. So on to other news. I don't remember if I mentioned, I want to try and stream the Star Citizen though on like Mondays and Tuesdays. I haven't really decided what time that might be. I do want to try and keep it maybe America centric for the time zones, because you know, that's where I'm at. I'm an American, and you know, I got a day job and days off. And Mondays and Tuesdays currently are my days off. But if things change and the streaming stuff goes relatively well. I will definitely keep you all informed as to what times streaming will occur, and I'm going to try and keep it, you know, uh, consistent. Um, On to other news. Some of the other game titles that I've run across have been Spore, which I don't know. Um, and it's an oldie but a goodie. It's been around for a minute, and it pretty much covers uh, the vast majority of kind of what we deal with in the verse here: survival, city building, strategy, things of that nature. It does all of that stuff, exploration, and stuff and junk. Plus, hey, you build your own life forms and colonize planets, which is kind of cool, and I dig that. The other title that kind of has been interesting me is Ghost of Tsushima, and although it's not particularly in the genre, I would like to check it out. So let me hear some comments and stuff in the comments with your comments down in the comments, and tell me what you think about that. See if that might be something that y'all might want to watch. Um, there are other titles out there that are definitely in the vein of the genre that we are dealing with here on the channel. And I will be on the lookout for stuff that piques my interest and that I might, you know, I might want to do. Maybe things in the comments that you drop might give me some hints as to what direction I might want to check out. So I look forward to seeing all of that from you guys, the viewers, because you are awesome. So, as far as like anything else, I'm not really sure. The channel's growing. We got subscribers coming in pretty much every day, every other day. I get at least one more new subscriber, which is awesome. And that stuff rocks, and it makes me want to do even more, which is why we're doing this particular episode. And we're talking about the future in the recent future. Not the far future, but the recent future. So, the other playthroughs that I'm probably going to look at, I might do a couple of silent playthroughs, just you know gaming, just to game. I haven't really decided what kind of titles those are going to be. Probably something that'll be relatively fast, quick playthrough type stuff. Maybe even go on and do some vintage games, because some of those are kind of cool even nowadays. But let me know in the comments what you think. Give me hints, tips, tricks, advice. Just drop in and say howdy. So I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode and for this CSA. As I always say, stay living in the verse, be happy, healthy, and safe out there in the world, because it is a jungle out there. And until next time, my fellow gamers, explorers, travelers, delvers of the deep, and tiptoers through the tulips, hey, stay dangerous. I will see you in the next one. Have a good day. Rock on.